Hey Pisces, welcome to High Priestess Healing Tarot, where you are the High Priestess, babe. All right, thank you. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, Archangel Michael, please help me in pulling insights for the High Priestess Collective. Highest timelines, highest messages for the High Priestess Collective. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Say it, Pisces. Drop it in the live chat. Drop it in the comments. I am the mother effing High Priestess. Oh, I love it. And there's an owl. I know some of us, we've talked about this in the live chat. If you're seeing birds or owls are like a sign right now, owl totem. We have an owl on her right elbow in this High Priestess card. And of course, the snakes on either pillar in the High Priestess card represent the snake shedding of its skin, that transformational energy. It's also a nod towards ayahuasca. It's also a nod towards the year of the snake, which is happening right now. Whew. Okay, you have Messenger of Wands and Two of Swords in reverse. This is so interesting to me. This looks like a message. Oh, it's two. So one, ready? A message comes in and you're able to discern right away what either the intent or the direction that message is trying to go in. High Priestess, Two of Swords in reverse is like, I'm actually not blindfolded. I see what this is. And even in the Messenger of Wands, there's the crescent moon in his wand. So there's technically there's triple moon energy here, which is literally the High Priestess in the OG deck. She's the triple moon crown. In the Two of Swords, not in this deck, but in the traditional Rider-Waite, there is a crescent moon in the background of the Two of Swords, also pointing at intuition, having to make decisions based on intuition. So this to me means a message comes in or a communication comes in, and you literally see it for what it is. There's like no question for you. And that could be super positive and like exciting and something you want. It could also be something that is not at the vibration you are. And you'll be able to see that. I'm only saying that because the Messenger of Wands is the Page of Wands, right? So a Page of Wands is like a delivery, a message that's come through. But if you are a King or a Queen of Wands, or even a Knight of Wands, you are operating at a different frequency as a result of the experiences you've had than this Messenger of Wands. So when this message comes in or this communication comes in, you might see it for exactly where it is in terms of its vibration, and it might not be aligned with yours because you're showing up as High Priestess. And that's a major arcana, and there's a minor arcana already. There's like a split here in awareness, experience, development. Now, the other message here is some of you today are beginning a brand new journey or having a breakthrough on your spiritual journey as a result of you going all in on your intuition. This feels like there's been an intuitive nudge around a direction, a decision, a pathway, something that can be grown or blooming. There's two lilies here, and then the Two of Swords in reverse. There's two swords on that. The High Priestess is card number 2. 222 is alignment, but 222 to me always means like this is the pathway forward. This is the path. Since I started noticing it in 2022, that's what it's meant to me. So this feels like you start your new pathway or this next era, this next beginning of your breakthrough of your spiritual pathway today. And this is like the highest trust in your intuitive direction, in your intuitive navigation system. And that leads to a breakthrough. Maybe even the peacock feathers. Are you finally seeing yourself or your gifts for what the fuck they are? You know? Are you not downplaying this shit anymore? Or it's like you've observed, this is even like you've observed your intuition in the background enough times where you're like, it actually has always been right, even if I didn't act on it, even if I didn't trust it, even if I didn't make the decision from that place, I chose something more logical or I chose something more practical. I know my intuition has always been right, so now I just trust it. This really is like giving the blindfolds coming off twofold. Blindfold coming off around who you are and what you have, what you're able to see, what you're able to feel. The wisdom that you hold, the owl on her right shoulder, that's wisdom. Owls also see in the dark. What is this? This is like you're making a decision and moving forward into something that you're like, I can't even see it. I don't even know, but I'm supposed to enter this dark room. I'm supposed to enter this dark tunnel. But you know what I think happens the second you enter the darkness or you accept it? You're like, I'm just moving forward into the unknown. I'm moving forward into, I truly don't know how the F this is going to work. I think the light comes on. Yeah, 3 of Wands. The light. Look at the sun with the eye. The sun that holds the eye in the center is essentially the light or ability to see as a result of enlightenment. And now this person's not in the dark. This person's in the dark. But this one's not. This one's out in the sunshine. On these beautiful, vast mountainscapes. Ooh, a 9 of Pentacles underneath that. Another bird. What is that? A parrot? A blue parrot? Okay, this feels like that's the way. Like there's some sort of stability, fruition, long like end game positivity that's associated with this. Especially if we look at the High Priestess, at her altar is the Torah and a pomegranate. The pomegranate represents fertility, new life. It's birthing new ways of thinking, new vibrational states of being, new frequencies as a result of the integration of ancient mysticism, ancient law. There's something spiritual that's now embedded, or it's becoming embedded in your knowing, and you're able to apply it in your decision making. 2s are decision making, and you have 2 2s out here. The full moon even feels like, oh, sorry, Neptune. The full moon even feels like, oh, I'm allowing my High Priestess energy, my intuitive energy, to be on full display. That's what lights up the dark, is the moon, your intuition. That internal nudge of like, can't explain this, but I think I'm supposed to choose this. It might not make logical sense on the outside, but I think I'm supposed to create this thing. I think I'm supposed to go this way. Okay, let's get more juice. Smash the love button. I love readings like this. Whoa, and the Emperor and the Moon on the split. What's up with the moon? That Scorpio full moon could have illuminated something, like the death to the old and like who you are becoming. This new moon could show you, is it Aries? Yeah. So this Saturday, Saturn goes into Aries out of Pisces. And so many of us are going to celebrate for real. And Neptune is already in Aries. So this is like Moon Emperor is saying your intuition is about to be lit on fire in a way that creates more leadership, more structure, more stability. There's so much wisdom that the Emperor holds here too. He's basically decorated in gold and red. Gold represents the enlightenment achieved through experience, through action, and red is action. There's something, I feel like you're about to be taking action in a brand new way. Brand new way. That intuition is a driving force, but that Emperor energy is like in the spotlight, in the leadership, top tier, some sort of throne of decision making, throne of stability. Okay. What do we want to do? I kind of want to know what happened here with this 2 of Swords. This is like someone being like, I'm fed up of not trusting myself. I'm just going to trust myself. Look at you. Page of Cups, Pisces. What's interesting here too is that fish in the cup. Sometimes they say that fish talks to the page and tries to influence the page. So you could have had influences around you attempting to guide this decision, influence this decision, infiltrate this decision, Ultimately, you move with the current. It's like you become the fish. You're like, I'm not letting this fish talk to me. I am the fish, and I'm going with the current of this river. And this river is going to take me to where I need to go. This feels like this is an emotionally fulfilling and spiritually exciting beginning or message. Here is the thing. If this is a message comes in and you straight up know what it is, you're like, I know the message behind this message. This card is the same way. It's like you just are trusting your ability to read it for what it is. This doesn't even feel like you resist it either. You just like let it be. That is some like advanced level stuff too, of like, I'm not resisting this. I'm not reacting to this. I'm letting it be. And then I let myself flow. Give me one more here. And that's exactly what they wanted you to do. Okay, whether it's a message or this is a journey, you're like on it. You like know what this is. You're seeing maybe clearer than you ever have. Something shifted in how you view yourself, allowed to take up more space. Did you know that peacocks are often associated with higher levels of power? It's associated, peacocks are associated with divinity, but a lot of ancient rulers wanted to be depicted with peacocks because of the vibrancy, because of the beauty. They held them in high regard. Okay, so that's another bird signal here too. I feel like this is a shift in how you see you, and it really is because of this like internal gift, awareness, spiritual scanning that you got going on. And this new journey, direction, pivot is calling you, and you go. Or this message comes in and you literally, it doesn't derail you. You keep on moving. I think that also shows you that you shed a layer of what once was and who you no longer are. Archangel Gabriel here on the Judgment card. Sometimes this is associated with Metatron. Metatron is considered the communicator between the highest power and humanity. So there's like a translation happening. That's so interesting too. There's a translation happening, especially if like you are of one vibration and this message that comes in is a different vibration. You are able to, oh, I said this in a members reading. You are able to translate it and then you keep on flowing. Or if you do have to respond to it, it looks like you respond with love. But this feels more so like you're trusting yourself in a direction, in a journey, in a forward movement. Yes, confirmation, another freaking 2. And the Judgment breaks down to 2. Because this is card 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. Can someone look up angel number 2222 and put it in the comments? Okay, the 2 of Wands is when someone has decided, I am leaving the comfort zone. They have not left yet, but the choice has been made. The direction has been made. The horizon has been chosen. Confirmation by wind chime. Thank you, Neptune. Okay, show me this Judgment card. I don't know what that was. 7 of Wands. Ascension. Wow, 6 of Cups. Harmony, sweetness, gift. This is like really following one's heart. And what's calling me here is the white lily, and we have tiger lilies in this card. So there's something about lilies here. For some people, there's like a farewell gift. There's a farewell, gift, reception, party. So this could even be like a resignation from work. This choice is very much yours, and there may be a little bit of bittersweetness associated with it, but this feels like this is where your heart is calling, or this is the way. Yeah, this is the way to move forward. And it's going to bring some new life to you, of course, but it looks like there are groups that are also going to be impacted by the life this brings you. Oh my God, I'm loving this message. There could be groups of 3, 6, 2. There is an undertone of Neptunian energy here. but it makes me think of that Emperor card because Neptune moved into Aries. Pisces, I feel like, first of all, I feel like I'm on a FaceTime with how I'm speaking, but like, I think that whatever you just chose or you're choosing, this breakthrough, this feels like you would not have afforded yourself this in the past. I feel like there's an incline or like there could have been a temptation to not move this way. Or there is a temptation to not move this way, but it looks like you do. So that's also like, yeah, if that's the case for you, if you're moving different now, or this navigation system, this direction, this nudge that you're taking, you're following it, this feels like you are following it harder. Like you got to a point following it, like following the system, following the nudges, following the breadcrumb trails, the glimmers, the signs, synchronicities, angel numbers. And now you're at a juncture, like I'm picturing that 3 of Wands on the cliff of the mountain. And they're like, that system got you here. Now we need you to trust it harder, deeper, like, and that is resurrection energy. It's like, oh, there's a whole other side of me that has not even yet been discovered, tapped, awakened, recognized by myself. That's why it's like, you don't even see the peacock here. You just see the feathers. There's something here like, you know, there's more of you on the other side of this decision, in this direction, on this pathway. There's so much more of you to be revealed, and you're just getting feathers. You're just getting feathers. You're not even seeing your whole ass tail. What do they call it? The peacock, you know, the fan. You're like not even seeing the whole thing. But it's like that call is like, come this way, because you're going to see it, but you have to come this way to see it. That's what this feels like. Feels a little intense, but like very rewarding and beautiful. My peacock, cock. Okay, you may have you been sitting on this for a while? The Hermit card, this is the card of this year, 2025. So it's like deep introspection, isolation, solitude. This is also like considering things independently first and not allowing external influences or forces. Maybe that's what's new, is like not having the peanut gallery like weigh in on what you're choosing. That's usually a sign that you're healing from codependency too, not needing that external validation, like choosing an authentic path and then just telling people afterwards, this is what I'm doing. Whoa, yeah. Oh my God. Especially if this has been very gnarly for the internal systems. That's divine path. My throat just got so dry. 9-9, divine path. And the 2 of Cups, alchemy of humanness and soul, 2 snakes. 2 snakes on the 2 of Cups, 2 snakes on the High Priestess. What is all this shedding? It sounds like you're shedding all over the place, babe. Okay, show me this Messenger of Wands, this journey or this communication. Pisces, kiss me on that like button if you haven't already, babe. We're not going to keep these. 5 of Cups, yeah. Temperance, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. There's a discontinuation of something, and there's the 2 of Cups, and there's the 2 of Cups. Your angels, this is a heavy angel read. Your angels have been sending you signs, for some of you in 2s and for some of you in 3s. I feel like when you move down this pathway, allowing yourself, I don't know if this is to begin working or continue working. Like maybe it's just like the next jump on this pathway. You free up something angelically. So this means like for the line, there's people from your lineage who didn't get to do what you're about to do. And maybe you feel a little bit of that weight. Maybe you feel that pressure. And that could have been a little bit of a stuck feeling, or like a, am I hitting dead ends? Am I hitting roadblocks? But the second you commit to this, or maybe you already did, this feels like floodgates open. And look, from the 3 of Pentacles to the 7, that's more than a 100% shift or increase in resources, productivity, results, external factors. Okay. Heavy emphasis on a disconnect from something, though. Disconnect from a person, from a mindset. Show me 1 on the Messenger of Wands. Wow. What is this? Okay, this, all paths are clear for this. This is like Spirit filling your gasoline tank up themselves. They're like, we don't even need you to externally receive resources, motivation, inspiration. We got you here. There's already growth here on this Ace of Wands. All these green leaves, Tarot Academy. There's already growth here. That means to me, you already got this going. Something has already started. And so this makes me feel like you're going deeper. You're going to the next phase. You're going a little bit harder. And Spirit's like, cool, we're just going to refill your tank. Neptune confirming. Show me the Ace of Wands. Oh no, why so scared? That's okay. It's a new beginning. Show me 1 on the 9. Oh my God, and there's a 2. This, I want to ask you, like, have you been sitting on this for a while? You've known that this next step is the next step. But for some reason, the ego is like, maybe we should analyze every single angle. That's what that feels like. Look at her. She's about to sit on that 2 of Swords. This has to do with some sort of livelihood, stability, long-term financial gain, success. This could have to do with home or family matters, but it's in the masculine energy. So it's in the acquisition, the building, the executing. But 2 of Swords, King of Pentacles is making this decision. Okay, this could also be, look, I think that is what that is. But if you've been experiencing heightened anxiety, worries, or concerns about this pivot, direction, next step, navigation system, something's happening that's going to override these 9 swords. The aces always override any conflict of the mind or of the spirit, especially the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is like, we're actually going to melt these swords down, and this is going to turn into silver. And do you know what's associated with silver? The subconscious, the High Priestess. And like gold is consciousness. Okay. That felt important. Melting the swords down to silver. Silver becomes your High Priestess intuitive energy. And now you have not just the knowing, but also the motivation, the fire, the drive to go this way. And that 9 of Swords is going to dissipate. 2 of Swords, King of Pentacles, I make the decision to move towards mastery of house, home, assets, financial stability. It's going to be an increase in your pay, or how you make money is now changing because it's intuitively led. There's something here about like people in your family or your ancestral line, they couldn't get to this point. There's something about breaking a glass ceiling specifically for the line. The grapes on the King of Pentacles cloak, I was just talking about this with another High Priestess. The grapes represent meticulous attention to detail and like playing the long game. So this is also a long-term commitment. Long-term, oh my God, Neptune. A long-term commitment or a long-term direction once you make this decision. Can I scoot you? She's going to say no. I'm sorry, guys. Can I scoot you? Oh, I love you. Thank you for visiting us. You know it's summer when she's like, let me lay up on this table in the middle of your reading. Let me get it cut. Okay. Shout out to my black cat mamas and dads. Foofy, this feels funny. Pause, ready? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, heavy emphasis on Taurus. If you have a Taurus North Node, a Taurus Mars, focusing on the implementation of automations and systems or processes, new plans and schedules will actually alleviate anxiety in the nervous system. And through the rote, ROTE, through that rote process of I have to set this thing up, set this thing up, set this thing up, your mind actually becomes disarmed and intuitive flow pops in. It's kind of like another way to activate channeling. If this is a message from a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a paternal or masculine figure, specifically in the workplace or the family, right? If we're saying like, oh, a message comes in and you know what it is, like you can read it for what it is. Something you might feel triggered at first, Nine of Swords, but same thing. This Ace of Wands comes in. This is like Spirit saying, I want you to read the message beyond the message. So it's like coming behind your nervous system and looking at it from your higher level perspective. And you realize, oh, I know how to move forward with this or not move forward with this. There's something like manifesty associated with this, though. If this is just a communication thing, this is one of these examples where you show the universe what you are willing to accept or not accept by responding or not responding, or how you respond. Because there's 11 swords, and 11 swords is like, oh, I am consciously aware that my response to this is going to impact or influence the algorithm of my universe. So I'm going to intentionally respond or not to this thing to inform the universe's algorithm. I would like more of this or less of this. One more on that Nine of Swords, just on the side note of if this is a communication from somebody. If it's a communication from somebody, Eight of Wands, sorry. Okay, this is big confirmation. I'm going to speak a little bit about Hermeticism right now. If you are familiar with the 7 Hermetic principles, one of them is the principle of vibration. And a lot of you probably already believe in this or know this. And it's the concept that nothing rests, everything vibrates. In science, they call it string theory, right? If you believe in that and you are becoming a practitioner of that belief, then you recognize that the message itself has a vibration, and the source of the message, the person, has a vibration, and you have a vibration. And if your vibration interacts with that vibration, it's going to cause a different kind of vibration. Whereas if you're in self-preservation mode of your vibe, baby, no response to something like that, especially if it used to cause you anxiety or it could cause you anxiety, no response to it will maintain your vibe, and there won't be any kind of like cleanup. I hope that makes sense. Big confirmation there. Okay, let's do this. Show me love and what it's all about. Shout out Robin. Show me this King of Pentacles. That was like a little spin the bottle. That's how I got my first kiss, kids. Let me not. King of Pentacles. Show me King of Pentacles. And I got nauseous immediately after. Okay. Strength. King of Pentacles, strength. Okay. Okay. If this is pathway, this is your courage. If this is a pathway card, moving towards the King of Pentacles, maybe this is like moving towards the embodiment, recognizing who you are, Peacock, moving in that direction. it requires this, but it's also showing if you're moving in that direction, you have this, you are this. You are courage. You are gentle, you are human, but you're also fierce. I also think that there's something here to do with connection. We have the Libra moon. King of Pentacles is the, he's considered like the family person of the, he's considered the family king of all the kings. So it's like connection to his queen, children, kingdom. Like that's very important to him. Lions are cats that move in prides, right? They're like interconnected, where I'm going to use a contrast, whereas tigers are more solitary. They like do their own thing. Lions are like, we're a crew, we're a group, we do this together. So there's something here, but maybe that's what's causing a little bit of concern, is like if you are used to being a solo wolf, that may be what I'm picking up on. Group of 3, group of 2, group of 6, working as a collaborative effort here. Judgment again at the bottom. Whatever this is though, this King of Pentacles, this decision actually, it's 100% what your soul is calling you to do or move towards or like become. And part of that may be not responding to things that are not of this caliber. You know, like a king isn't gonna, if you think about the court cards, kings, queens, knights, pages, the pages are all peers to one another, so they're going to hang out with one another. Whereas the kings, their peers are kings and queens. So they're going to, you know, intermingle. This is a very simple example, but I picked up on that a little bit before with like the translating of the frequency. Give me one more on this king. Embodiment of the mastery of earth. Was that the Two of Swords again? Knight of Swords. Okay. Taking action or moving towards that. One more. If you are in like this big decision-making mode right now, this is heavy confirmation of your intuition really is, it knows and it's guiding you. And I want to say like the less it makes sense and the more you have to be like, I don't really know where this is going, but this is the thing I'm being called to decide. This feels like that is what it is. That's what this reading is saying. Ace of Cups. And that's going to open up your heart. Look at that. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. This is fulfillment. This could even be some sort of reestablished trust in others. That's so, wow, powerful. Damn, especially if you have a wound with masculine energy, no matter who you are. If you have deep masculine wounds, oh, Nine of Swords, okay. This is healing that, or this pathway, decision, embodiment heals that. Opens your heart to this. I love it. Five of Wands star, yeah, healing that conflict, healing that. Feels like, I'm not sure which way to go. All right, give me one on this beautiful High Priestess. I've been wanting to read this card the whole time. One on the High Priestess for the High Priestess Collective. Bam, world, cycle over. Snake eating its own ass. What? It is a new cycle, baby. We got rainbow spectrum light pouring down from your crown. Look up, the sky is clear. This is all for you. There's sacred geometry cubes around you. That means sacred geometry is essentially like patterns and pathways that are always present, even if you can't see them. You are moving with the patterns, frequencies, and pathways, even if you don't see them. Oh my God. So it's like you're becoming part of the sacred geometry. Sacred geometry. It's a recognition of like, oh, I'm part of this. I'm not an observer of this. I'm part of this. I'm part of the sacred shape. I'm part of the sacred pathway. And if you believe that, then you believe there's no mistakes in the directions that these things go. You know, that Five of Wands had like, it was directionless wands, but I bet you if we connected the dots, it would have made a shape. And that's kind of like what I'm seeing here is for a bunch of you, the direction doesn't have to make complete sense. At some point, you're going to be able to connect the dots, and that's going to wrap a cycle and open up a whole new world for you. Heavy emphasis on snakes here. Shedding the old skin so you can be the new. Show me who they meet as themselves down the road. A doer. Fearless, brave. Might be like making shit happen a little faster, Pisces. Show me themselves when they meet themselves on this path. Wow. Okay, this is like towards the sun, away from anything that's like no longer serving. This is also recognition of, or I should say embodiment and practitioner energy around rhythm. That's another Hermetic principle too. Recognizing like cycles start and have a middle and they have an end, and like, I'm not going to resist this, right? The flow. I'm not going to resist this. I'm going to keep going. One more. Ace of Wands, third eye, all the way lit, lit, lit. Okay, this also feels like to me, Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords, Eight of Cups. All of your moves, pivotal, essential, crucial moves, the direction is always going to be from your third eye, from your High Priestess energy. It's always going to be source delivered. And the more you invest in that and make moves from that, the closer and closer you get to your sunshine, which is essentially emotional fulfillment. If you didn't see Saturday's reading that I put up, that is a uplifting reading, babe. Check that out. Big sun energy there. All right, Pisces. Claim this. You are the High Priestess. Can I get one from the Hermetic? Let's see. Oh, we got the High Priestess at the bottom of this one too. One more Pisces energy. Oh my God, Jupiter's napping. She looks so cute. Pisces energy. King of Wands. Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. Oh. Princess of the Palace of Floods. Sorry, I gotta cover tots. Prince of the Chariot of Fire. So your energy is mover, shaker, courage, lion. It's interconnected though. Interconnected. You might be partnering or working with someone that's like an old version of you. What does that even mean? Somebody here is an old version of you, and it actually helps move the wheel. This helps move the wheel. This helps move this forward. This partnership is actually beneficial on two fronts. You get to be this sort of leader, decision maker, go-getter. This could even be a child, actually, this Princess of Cups. And they don't have to be a water sign, but they could be, or they could have strong water placements. But there's learning that they're receiving from watching you, but there's like intuitive insight or reminders or oracle, like mirrored reflection from them to you that helps you balance. Oh, polarity. Yes. Another principle. Yes. You might want to look up the Hermetic principles if you haven't already. It's like all over this reading. Or just like Hermes or Thoth in general. This is big power energy that's like intuitively led. This is like, no one can really stop this. When source is moving through you as the fuel, as the GPS, and as the decision maker, it's like, who stops that? Who stops sacred geometry? Nobody. You can't. Even if you can't see, like, you can't see it, doesn't matter. It's still there. You want to stop it? Well, you can't. It's not possible. So I would take this as confirmation. Whatever direction you're going in, or whatever message you're evaluating from a place of, is this informing the universe that I want more of this or less of this? Trust it, because you are headed towards some level of highly intuitive direction that results in the mastery of your external and internal worlds. This is like kind of putting you at the top here. It's big breakthrough, big breakthrough. No longer doing things one way. Foofy! Pisces, Six of Cups at the bottom, Lord of Pleasure. Make sure you have fun while you're doing it. Interconnected. Six of Cups is very interconnected energy. All right, smash that love button, babe. Thank you for being here with me, Pisces. Hold my hands. Thank you for holding my hands. I'm sending you so much Reiki love and healing. Take a gentle inhale through the nose. Soft release out through your mouth, nice and slow. Savoring your peace at the bottom. And say, Pisces, if you haven't already, I am the High Priestess. Yes, you are, babe. We'll see you later.